Between the years of 2000 and 2009, approximately 200 teens died each year in Georgia. In 2010, we had the lowest ever fatality rate of 127 teens killed on our roadways, but that is still too many. In Georgia, a crash on our roadways occurs every 1 minute, an injury crash occurs every 5 minutes, and a fatality crash occurs every 7 hours. That's a little over 3 people a day. Which 3 of you will it be? What you will witness today is exactly what is done during and after a serious collision. This will happen in real time, exactly as it would in a real collision. The simulated crash will involve 2 vehicles coming home from their prom. The simulated crash happens coming off of the exit ramp onto Highway 92, heading towards downtown Woodstock. This particular crash is the result of a driver being distracted at the wheel. The only witnesses to this collision are in the silver Nissan Altima. Inside are Ben Conklin, Angelina Picarilli, Lance Ellison, Lily Damon, and Haley Martin. These 5 students are the only help these victims will have for several minutes. When a call is received at the 911 center, it takes approximately 4 to 6 minutes for units to arrive on the scene. This is due to the fact that police cars, fire trucks, and ambulances are responding from around the county. The driver of the second car is Holden Medora. He is an 18-year-old student from River Ridge High School. He was driving recklessly onto Highway 575. He has multiple lacerations, is covered in glass, and has minor bruises all over his body. Holden was wearing his seatbelt. Justin Snodgrass was in the back seat of the second car. He was not wearing his seatbelt and suffers from trauma to the head. He is in critical condition and unconscious. Erica Addington was in the back seat of the second car next to Justin. She was wearing her seatbelt and is able to free herself from the car. Blake Chumley was sitting in the passenger seat of the second car. She had not put her seatbelt on after leaving prom. It will be that moment that will change her life forever. Without her seatbelt, her body went airborne in the car, which caused her to die instantly. Ethan Anderson was the driver of the first car. He was sitting next to his best friend, Lane Tangzelius. Due to the impact of the cars colliding, Ethan was killed in the crash instantly. Lane Tangzelius sat in the passenger seat of the first car. While at prom, he got into a fight with Justin. He was so mad that he decided to ride with Ethan and not Justin. After realizing what happened, he instantly regrets letting him leave mad. Caitlin Bankus is an 18-year-old at River Ridge High School and was in the rear seat of the first car. She was wearing her seatbelt and is able to free herself from the wreckage. Kaylee Gerald is sitting next to Caitlin in the back of the first car. Kaylee was also wearing her seatbelt but has multiple bruises and major cuts from the glass. Olivia Adams, an 18-year-old senior at River Ridge High School, is in the back seat of the first car. She was wearing her seatbelt but was hit in the head by flying objects in the car. Even though the car came to an abrupt stop on impact, the objects in the car continued to move at 60 miles per hour. Those objects have left Olivia with a C5 fracture in her neck. This will leave her a quadriplegic for the rest of her life. She will never be able to walk or have the use of her arms and legs again. The police officer's primary objective after ensuring the victims are tended to is to protect the crash scene. They must consider the safety of the victims, rescue workers, and bystanders. They will also conduct a thorough investigation of the scene, collecting evidence, making measurements, and taking photographs. They must determine the cause of the collision and file the correct charges against the driver. Justin Snodgrass and Olivia Adams are both considered to be critical patients and will get care on the scene first before leaving. The medical team will put cervical collars on them to prevent them from damaging their spines any more than they already have. Then the patients will be placed on long spine boards and strapped down to keep their spines straight. A chaplain has been called to the scene to comfort and console the teens. They, along with the police department, will try to identify the injured and the dead. The injured teens' families have no idea of what has just happened. The chaplain will also go with the police department to notify Ethan and Blake's families that they have died. They will be sent to the GBI crime lab, where a formal autopsy will be performed before the family can plan their funerals. Once the injured have left the scene, the police officer will question Holden Medora, the driver of the second car. Each homicide charge will cost Holden 3 to 15 years of his life. Holden could spend the next 45 years in jail. He will be 63 years old when he gets his freedom back. Holden's mom and dad lost their house and everything they had trying to protect their son. When the trial was over, the families injured in the car accident were awarded more than $12 million. This money was for their doctor's bills, funerals, therapy, and many other costs incurred from the accident. All the money in the world cannot bring Ethan, Blake, and Justin back to their grieving families. What you have seen today is a demonstration, but a very accurate one. Automobile crashes are horrible regardless of the circumstances. However, when drinking and driving, reckless driving, carelessness, and failure to use seatbelts become a part of the picture, the results are even more devastating. Sadly, this happens many times each year in Cherokee County and around the United States. On behalf of Cherokee County Fire ES, Safe Kids Cherokee County, Woodstock Fire Department, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, Cherokee County Coroner's Office, Air Methods Transport Service, and Malden's Body Shop, we thank you for your attention. We hope that you all think twice and make wise decisions when you get into a vehicle. You get one chance at life. Don't lose it. Don't let this happen to you.